Hi Capricorn, thanks for joining me. My name is Ginger of Tarot by Ginger, and I'll be doing a reading for you for the consciousness of Capricorn for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the week of, July 4th to July 10th this week. So welcome to my channel. This is a general reading. If you would like a reading with me, a private reading with me, my website is below the video in the notes, and you can contact me there to schedule an appointment. Let's see what else. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I have to remember that. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I have a message from my spirit guides, Capricorn, for you from A Course in Miracles. I'm asking my guides to bring each sign a quote from the Course of Miracles that's relevant to each sign. So your quote is, "All your past, except its beauty, is gone, and nothing is left but a blessing." So that is your message from my spirit guides today. Okay, I'm going to call on them right now. I call on the archangels and ascended masters, guides, and teachers of the 7 rays of light. I ask that you infuse this reading with your light, healing, and love. We are so very grateful for your leadings, and so be it. I am a little woo-woo right now because I just finished meditating, so I'm feeling really good. So meditation is a great thing. So I'm going to start your reading, Capricorn, with the Fairy Oracle by Brian Froud, and the artwork is, the text. Oh, he did the artwork. Brian Froud is a great artist, and the text is by Jessica Macbeth. So I'll pull 2 cards from the Fairy Oracle. For Capricorn, we have Lady of the Harvest. Well, that is a beautiful Capricorn card. Lady of the Harvest. And Iris of the Rainbows. Wow. Beautiful cards, Capricorn. Wow, yeah, it looks like you're in a very good place. So let's see what these are about. This is number 18, the Lady of the Harvest. Okay, number 18. Okay. I'm going to hold this up for you because it really is a beautiful card. There we go. Okay, it is time to accept change, to move on to the next phase. Power and strength in the present and future come from releasing the past. This is a time of liberation, and we might as well cooperate with it. It will happen whether we want it to or not. Release and liberation may be painful or joyful depending on the circumstances. Cry if you need to, be joyful if that is appropriate, but in either case, trust the process. Acknowledge what you feel and prepare to move on. Well, the only way I could see that this would be painful is if you don't want to be liberated from whatever it is the universe sees that you need to be liberated from in order to grow. Let's see what the Iris of the Rainbow. Iris of the Rainbows, number 32. Here we go. Her foot is resting on a big bubble. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful card. Okay. Let's see. Iris tells us that light is breaking through our present darkness. Don't worry, Capricorn. Just trust. And that hope is a powerful factor in speeding up this process. She does not promise us that the storm is over, nor does she say that it will never storm again. But she does say that there is brightness and beauty here. She also tells us that there is something to be gained by this passage through the storm, and the sooner we learn what it is, the sooner the storm will end. Always, a passage through the storm is a time of potential growth, a time to allow the dead wood of our past to be blown away, to make room for the green shoots of new growth. At this point, it is useful to ask ourselves what we still need to release, and to look after protecting and nurturing the seeds we have planted. Iris suggests that the cultivation of patience may also be helpful at this time. The storm is breaking up. Are we ready for the change? If we are presently frogs, the fairies say, the time of our transformation, foretold by the rainbow, may be at hand. Then we shall be kissed by the light of the sun and discover if we are still frogs or if we have become something much more. Wow, that's beautiful. Brian Froud says, winged female fairies are the soul's messengers, representing the spirit freed from the mundane. They are creatures of aspiration and transcendence, flying between the worlds, between heaven and earth, between the body and the soul. And you have two female fairies, and I have chills all over my arms. Okay, that is beautiful, Capricorn. All right, I'm going to pull two cards from the Archangel Metatron deck for after the tarot reading. Let's see. For Capricorn. Okay, I'm not going to look at them now. I'll save them for later. I like a good surprise. Okay, let's see. Now let's get into your tarot reading. I'm going to use the dragon tarot deck that I have. Okay, let's see. What do we have for Capricorn this week? Guides and angels. Spirit guides and teachers. What is in the best interest for Capricorn to know for this week, July 4 to July 10, 2022? What is helpful for them to know? What energies are around them? What lessons would be helpful for them to learn about? So I'm feeling that trust is one of the things that you might want to think about this week, Capricorn. We think that we trust. I know that I do, but I realized one day last week I was in meditation, and all of a sudden it occurred to me how I really rely so much. It's a habit to rely on myself rather than my guides and the universe. So I just said, well, why wouldn't I trust? So ever since then, I've been placing a lot of trust in my guides and the archangels and the divine. And it's been really helping me a lot. So let's see. For Capricorn, we have the Five of Swords, This is very interesting. This is the second time in 24 hours that I've seen the Five of Swords as a card where, rather than the dragon being the bully and the other people running away from the bully, I see it as needing to surrender something about ourselves, something about our behavior, a way of being. We need to surrender. And that the bully that I always see on the Five of Swords is not a bully. And I think it's in this deck this deck and the Knights Templar deck, where I see that the dragon is not a bully. The dragon is saying, I can help you if you will let me. You must surrender. And some people are so afraid of surrender that they run away. Some people do surrender. So I'm going to say that is you, Capricorn. You're surrendering to these very powerful energies that are here to help you and guide you. And then you have the Eight of Swords because you're feeling trapped somehow. Somehow you're feeling trapped. And this guy is pretty trapped. Those swords he's bound by those swords. He's bound in and he's all tied up. Although he could get out easily. He just needs to knock them over. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not working anymore today in my day job, but I am waiting for a message still. So let's see. Okay, that's not what I needed. Okay. All right, the next card. Oh, the Page of Pentacles. He's the student. I see him as the student. So you're the student. And can also be a message of something new coming in. And I think that there is. And it's a message of great abundance for you. This could be the Ace of Pentacles I call it the Garden of Eden card. And that is the same suit. So you're in the realm of the Garden of Eden, and you're not alone. You have a little friend up here. So this is the card of the student. I'm going to say it could be a new message coming in for you. Do not fear. And you're going to be learning, and you are a great student, Capricorn. The Hierophant. Beautiful. The Hierophant, I think about as the ruler of cultural mores. What is acceptable within the culture? He sets the limits. He sets the roles. He sets the rules. But that can always change. He could be the priest who marries you. If you're getting married, he could be anything. But it's in that, in that realm. Then you have the Three of Cups. So how cute! They're little otters around the cups. But this is a card of you being celebrated for something that you have done. There's something to celebrate about you. Ace of Swords, victory. This is, for this dragon, her egg has just hatched, and she's overjoyed at that. But for us, it is the sword, the Ace of Swords. So this is a card of victory, a card of new beginnings in the realms of communication, justice, education, and religion, spirituality, or religion. It could have to do with religious institutions. Okay, let's see. Then we have the Page of Cups. So you have two pages. Page of Cups bring a message about love, and here is the dragon is looking at his reflection. So he's a young dragon. He's looking at his reflection in the water, and in the back there is a big heron with a fish in its mouth. Overflowing love. This is about overflowing love and self-love. That dragon is admiring his reflection, and not in a narcissistic way. It's just like, life is good. I'm really happy, and I'm so glad to be me. That's a great feeling. You have the Page of Wands also. Wow. Fiery passion from your soul. He's excited by the new tool that he is learning about, and that is the wand. Also fire. The wands are very fiery, and fire is something that can get out of control, but he seems to have it controlled pretty well right now. So this is a message of the heart of your soul, a message of your soul. I'm going to pull one more. All right, Capricorn, here you go. Here's your happy ending. You have the Sun. What a beautiful card. What a cool card. All right, you have the Sun at the end of the reading, at the end of the rainbow. Wow. So the Sun is about innocence and new beginnings. Having come through you're almost near the end of a cycle, and it's been a difficult cycle, but it's sort of like a process of purification. Okay, it's not the cycles of our lives are not easy, and you're coming near the end of a cycle, because after the Sun you have Judgment and then the World card. So you only have 2 more steps to complete this cycle. So just remember, all your past except its beauty is gone. Do not focus on the past, because what is left is a blessing, and you are a blessing. So you're needing to surrender to your guides. We all have guides. We're all assigned guides. Surrender, trust, because this is where not surrendering gets you. all tied up. I see you on a new journey. You're willing. You're very willing to learn. And Capricorn is willing to learn. You're going to learn something of a spiritual nature. And what comes in next with the Three of Cups? I'm going to say this is what you've been going through. You've been going through, let me get this, I got an arrow here. You've been going through this. This is your very recent past, the last few years. You've been going through this, and you've met this great teacher who has really been a great guide for you, guiding you in the right way for you in a spiritual way. Yes. Yep. And your friends are applauding the changes that have come to you in your life through this teaching that you've been working with. What happens is you become victorious, and it's victory in a way that brings great self-love. This is a very spiritual, personal journey, Capricorn, very personal. It's inner work that you've been doing, and it's working because this is the evidence of self-love. Wow, bravo. Beautiful work, and you're very successful with that Ace of Swords. The Page of Wands. All right, so going through all of this work, you are like a snake shedding its skin. Only for you, you are removing the very thick, heavy, dense barriers around your energy field. Very thick, heavy. It has been a process. You're removing it brick by brick. You've been removing it. What happens is that we come to life because when we remove those barriers, we go from numbness to life. We become numb when we are like this. We don't feel our emotions. We just feel blah. We're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. This is a sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't want to be here anymore. Look at what I've gotten myself into. And the other thing is, I have to say, we have to take responsibility for every situation we find ourselves in. Because even if someone's mistreating us, how did we get there in the first place? To a position where someone's mistreating us? Well, we're following the wrong path, and we're not paying attention. We're not surrendering and asking. We're relying on ourselves, right? Well, when we stop relying on ourselves, a teacher will come along. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, and you've got your teacher, and you've been doing great work. And you feel you're finding your passion again, and your outcome is the sun. Now, I want to tell you, I know that you're not through this yet because you have these two fairy cards. This one says that transformation is coming, as though it's a tower moment. And this one says, oh, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope yet. And that's exactly what the tarot reading is saying. Don't give up hope yet, because you have a beautiful process that you're going through. It's working for you. So congratulations, Capricorn. That's lovely. And your Metatron cards. Okay, the first one is Conquering Fear, start today. Conquering Fear, start today. Sorry, I'm getting a message. I'm getting a message from Metatron. All right, so he's telling me, you see how this person sort of has their eyes closed. It's as though maybe they're sleeping, which is what we do in life, right? We sleep through most of our lives, whether we realize it or not. Metatron is saying, don't fear, because I'm guiding you, as though you're sleepwalking. I'm just guiding you. So take my hand and let me bring you through to the places where you need to be. And then you have the Tree of Life, And it says travel on. I'm going to read this card and see what the Tree of Life card says, because the Tree of Life's a pretty big deal. So let's see. You have drawn the Tree of Life card to remind you that life is both a journey from spirit to earth and from earth back to spirit. There you go, travel on. You know, we are spirits. That's what we are. That's what we are. And this card is evidence of the will of God within us. That's how I see it. You know, this fiery passion and this beautiful love of the page. You know, the page is really interesting. I'm just realizing it are great examples of God's love within us, because they're learning just like we are. They're learning about love, about their passion, about abundance. And if there was the Page of Swords here, I'd say about communicating, because communicating is being creative. That's how we create. All right. Very nice. Capricorn, thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you next time. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.